שמש דקה ומרפא בכנפיה.
At midnight, the man trembled. He leaned forward, he grabbed what was there, and behold, a woman lay at his feet. And he said, "Who are you?" Boaz draws the whole situation out of the darkness and fog of anonymity into a clear light. He calls people and thus things by name. And now Ruth responds to this. She's not passively a burden, a resistance to Boaz's superhuman, or we would say supermanly effort. She does not try to torpedo the direction he is given, for example, by drowning his efforts to get a spiritual, rational grip of the situation in a flood of kisses, as we see today often in movies. Rather, she responds, "I am Ruth, your servant, your maidservant." The expression she uses here is not the same expression as in the previous chapter in verse 13, where Ruth describes herself as Shifcha. I have to say the Hebrew terms here so you hear the difference. It's Shifcha, and she says, "I'm not even one of your maidservants, of your Shifchot." But she uses now the word Ama. It's a totally different expression that is much higher up. It's a much higher stand, much more honorable expression than Shifcha. We have there a family background sounding or resonating in the background. We have the fact that she is eligible for marriage, or at least she could be his concubine. But Ruth submits herself totally into Boaz's hand. She says, she answers, "Spread your wing over your maidservant. Cover me with the tip of your robe." It's a question how you translate that, but this is very clearly a marriage proposal. She even asks him to marry her, asks him to fulfill the blessing, the good wish he had had in previous chapter in verses 11 and 12 himself. What we see here is that the Gentile lady, Ruth, seeks refuge under the wings, under the garment, under the tip of the garment, however you translate it, of the God of Israel. And that's what Israel sees. That's what the Jewish people see. A lady, a non-Jewish lady coming from Moab, asking for refuge under the wings of the God of Israel. And now she asks Boaz, the Redeemer of Israel, to spread your wings over me. It's a very interesting phenomenon we see here, that from Ruth's perspective, the God of Israel and the Redeemer of Israel blur more and more into one person she sees in front of her. And we see this again and again in this scroll, and more and more. It is probably the unique case in all of the Bible that a lady, a woman, proposes marriage to a man. And we remember Ruth's words now to Boaz are somewhat a surprise, because Naomi never instructed Ruth to speak. Ruth submitted to Naomi, but not in a stupid, not in a simply following orders manner, but in a manner that is founded, that is firmly based in the Word of God. And then she is also an intelligent woman who thinks. And obviously she has an intimate knowledge of the customs and traditions of the people of Israel. If she says now, spread your wings over your servant or over your maidservant, because you are a redeemer. And by asking this, she provides a legal framework for the whole situation. We have already talked sometime about the Redeemer. We will have to look more closely into this whole concept. In any case, now Ruth responds to Boaz, helps him to bring the whole murky, slippery situation to light, stands by her identity, and integrates the whole situation into a clearly comprehensible, legally sound situation, and thus gives her Moabite background and the reputation that comes with it a clear and definitive rejection.